What's going on YouTube? So today I'm going to be talking about some of the accessories that you need when it comes to flash photography and off-camera flash. So if you're a beginner when it comes to flash, or maybe you're trying to level up your flash game, then you definitely want to check out these accessories that I'm going to mention in today's video. Before I get started, everything that I mentioned in this video will be linked in the description down below if you want to check out some of these products or buy them. Alright, so the first accessory I want to talk about is a good stand. Trust me when I say you need to invest in a good stand. I have made the mistake of using cheap stands that are not heavy duty, and I have broken my flashes. I had an 8200 which fell backwards on a shoot. It was not a good stand and it broke it. So you don't want to be like me and start breaking your gear. So you definitely want to invest in a good heavy duty stand. So both stands that I'm going to mention in this video are very good. So the first one is a Neewer, just a regular kind of heavy duty stand. This is actually my main stand that I've been using a lot because it's lighter than the Neewer C stand that I'm going to talk about, and it can hold strobes. I use a lot of strobes when it comes to my photography, and strobes can get kind of heavy, so you definitely want a stand that can handle that weight, and this stand can definitely do that. Alright, so next up is the Neewer C stand. So this is probably the best of the best that you can get when it comes to heavy duty stands. This one is way heavier than the one I mentioned before, but if you just want that peace of mind knowing that it can handle the weight of a strobe and it will not fall over because of the big base and it is so heavy, then you definitely want a Neewer C stand. What I really like about this stand is the big base, so you don't have to worry about it falling over. It is very stable, and you could also take the base apart, so it makes it easy for storage and, you know, putting it in your car or in your wagon or whatever. Alright, so next up I want to talk about modifiers. So if you are using flash, then you're definitely going to want to invest in some good modifiers. So with modifiers, they're going to help you control light, shape the light, soften the light. So this is something that is essential. You need this if you're going to be shooting off-camera flash. The first one I want to talk about is mag mod. So y'all see me use this a lot. I've talked about it in a lot of my previous videos. So I love mag mod products. I use the mag bounce and the mag sphere. They're both very similar. I actually have a comparison video if you want to see the differences, so I'm going to link that in the card up top if you want to check that out. These are small modifiers, which I love about them. Easy to pack, easy to use. I actually use them on camera a lot, so if you're shooting events and weddings, these can come in clutch. Even if you shoot just portraits, you still want to check out these modifiers. I'll put some photos on the screen so you can see what type of work I get with using these modifiers. Alright, so next up is the 42-inch Glow Easy Lock. I actually have a full review on this. I'm going to link it in the card up top if you want to check it out. This is probably my favorite modifier. I use it all the time for portraits. It's so big and it produces a nice soft light. So if you're looking for that dreamy light when it comes to your portraits, then you definitely want to get the 42-inch Glow Easy Lock. Next up is the Glow 21-inch Deep Parabolic. What I like about this one is it's smaller, but you can still kind of get the same result using this softbox. So this is probably my go-to when I'm shooting studio work. I'll put photos on the screen, and it's a really good softbox too that can produce some really good light. I also wanted to mention that both of these softboxes come with a really cool case. They come with 2 layers of diffusion, a reflector plate, and a grid to help you control spill and, you know, get your light more directional. All right, so next up we're going to talk about sandbags. Now I feel like this is one of those things that is overlooked, and I overlooked it for a while, and like I said, I ended up breaking my flash. So if you are using off-camera flash, and especially if you're using heavy strobes and heavy stands that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, then you definitely want to get some sandbags to weigh those stands down. These stands, they come in clutch on wedding days. You have a lot of guests, a lot of drunk guests, so you don't want them to tip over your light stand, so you definitely want to weigh them down with some sandbags. Even if you're just shooting on location portraits, I feel like you still need some sandbags, because some days, you know, it's going to be windy and you just don't want to have to worry about your lights falling over or even hitting your client. So if you're using flash on location with your portrait sessions, then I still recommend that you get bags like this. All right, so next up is a Wagon that we got from Amazon, and let me tell y'all, this is a game changer. Before, we didn't even know about something like this, so we were carrying around all of our gear, and if you shoot flash, you know how hard it is to carry around heavy tripods, big soft boxes, big camera bags. So trust me when I say you need this Wagon. Now if you just want a good workout, carrying around all that gear, all those heavy tripods, then don't get the Wagon. But if you if you're not trying to get an arm workout, then you definitely want something like this. It will save your shoulders, save your arms, And think about it, some days it's really hot on location and you're just gonna be sweating like crazy carrying around all that gear. This Wagon right here just makes life so much easier. So next up, I want to talk about batteries and chargers. So I recently got this charger and these rechargeable batteries from Amazon. Before that, we were just buying batteries all the time, wasting a lot of money. I don't know what I was thinking, not just investing in some rechargeable batteries. If you're shooting flash, you're gonna need a good amount of batteries. You need batteries for your trigger, for your flash if it doesn't have rechargeable batteries, especially if you're shooting long wedding days, you're gonna have to change out those batteries. So you definitely need something like this. What I like about this charger right here is you could see the battery life and you can lay out a lot of different batteries, which comes in clutch because you don't have to keep switching them out. So you could put in like 16 batteries and just go on and not have to worry about it. And then all your batteries are charged for your portrait session, your wedding day, or whatever. Also, I just tested out these batteries on a wedding day that we shot last weekend, and trust me when I say these batteries last very long. I was actually kind of worried about it because they did have some bad reviews, but they mostly had good reviews on Amazon, but I was kind of worried how long they would last. And we didn't have to change out our batteries one time on a wedding day, and we were popping off a lot of flashes during the reception and the getting ready. The last thing I want to talk about is a S bracket. So if you shoot with a speed light or something like the 8200, which kind of has a similar look to a speed light, then you're gonna need an S bracket to mount that off camera on your stand. So if you're just getting started with flash photography, or maybe you're looking to up your flash photography game, I have a series on my channel telling you everything about flash photography, talking about gear, light positioning, and just everything that you need to know when it comes to flash photography. So I'm gonna link that in the card up top if you want to check out that series. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I post new videos every single week talking about photography, the business side of photography, lighting. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.